Hi guys, welcome back to my live. How are you today, guys? How are you? So the year is already running fast. We're already in January the 7th, guys. It's so quick. I can't even believe it. It's running. But yeah, how are you guys? How's your year so far? It's been okay, guys. School has started again. But anyways, good to be back. Good to be here. How are you guys? How are you? If you're watching for the first time, welcome to my life. My name is Jenna. I am a makeup artist, and on my life, I do makeup tutorials. So, welcome to my class. So, today I'm going to start. I'm going to do a simple prep, which is going to be moisturizer and then a primer. So, I like to just apply some moisturizer on my face. Of course, you want to do this on a washed face. If you're working with like minimal products, once you have moisturizer and primer, you're good. That is if you have like normal skin. If you have oily skin, you may have to do a little bit more. But if you have like combination skin or normal skin like mine, normal to combination skin, then you're good. So just make sure that you have moisturized everywhere. You can put some more if you want an even dewy look. So it all depends on your preference. So this is done and I'm going to let this sit and dry before I go into my primer. Like I said, this is a two-step primer. If we're being honest, sometimes you're just in a hurry and you want to run out. This is the perfect weather to do this kind of makeup and this kind of prep because it's like winter. So the weather kind of helps your makeup stay. But in the summer, you might need more prep just to keep your makeup to stay fresh and to really last and hold this place for a long time. So using my fan, I'm going to blow this down. All right. Now, this I want to make sure that this is fully dry before you go into the next product. And for me, the next product is my primer. I like to use a hydrating primer. This is from the the Hydro Grip. This is the Milk Hydro Grip primer. It has a jelly texture, so it tends to be dewy. However, I have the Rimmel. Hi, Gaspix, how are you? Welcome to my life. This is the Rimmel primer. This one is much more mattifying. I am good. Thanks for asking. How are you doing today? So, because I have a combination skin, I'm going to be focusing this on the areas that I want to really stay put and the places that produce the most oil. Doing good today. How are you? How are you today? So this is my T-zone. It produces more oil than any other place. So I'm focusing the primer there. And then I'm going to let it to dry. Once again, you need a fan. Okay, this is almost dry. You are going to know that it's dry when you don't feel a wetness on your face or you use your hand and touch it and it's dry. So you want to make sure this is completely dry before you go into the next product. This will affect the overall look of your makeup. hmm So, guys, today's topic is actually brushes. So, I'm going to do a like quick makeup. I'm going to start with like, let's see if we can do it. Then I'm going to do a 30 minutes makeup and then we'll get into, or I might be doing it while I'm doing the makeup, right? So, I want to see if I can do a 15 minutes makeup. Let's see, guys. Do you guys have faith in me? All right, now that my prep is done, I'm going to go into the makeup. So, guys, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So, I'm going to wait My timer is already running, and I'm going to be doing this makeup just for 15 minutes. If you know me, you know that my makeup takes anywhere from 45 minutes to 60 minutes. But we're going to be doing 15 minutes, and then we're going to start talking about brushes, which is the reason for today's video. So the first thing I want to do is to apply some foundation, and today I will be using the foundation from Sephora brand. This is their best skin in the shade 50N. This I'll be using to apply. I'll be using a brush to apply the foundation. So I'm going to spray, and then I'm going to blend. And this works perfectly if you are a beginner. You're not particularly very good with blending. Using a spray helps your blending process. So if you don't do it before, incorporate a setting spray. So I'm doing this. This is one of those days that I want like a very minimal look. So as you can see, everything is pretty minimal. I'm keeping it very soft today. So I'm just going to use the brush to blend it out. So I would like to say that having a good set of brushes can actually overall change the way your makeup appears. So you want to use brushes that have very nice bristles, not too hard, not brushes that the bristles fall out. So I would say you want to do a little bit of research, or just maybe try different brushes before you actually find the one that works for you. So check around, look for good brushes, check reviews, go to the store, ask people which one is better before you get your brushes, because some brushes do pull off. Like when you use them for a bit, they begin to pull off from here. So if that happens, you know you don't want that. It's a waste, because how are you going to use a dismembered brush? Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Super Stay from Maybelline to do my highlights. And to this, this is in the shade 42. I'm going to place it here and here, here and here. Now the one under my eye, I'm going to let it to sit out just for a bit. And then here, and then here. So I said today was minimal, so everything I'm keeping minimal. By the way, guys, we're 2 minutes into the time, so I'm going to start blending the T-zone, and this I will do last. So I'm just blending like so. And here, and here. Just like this. So you want your beauty blender to be damp and not wet. And here, and here. So I like to blend in steps. Now for the under eye, I'm going to start at the outer corners before I do the inner corner. So I like to look up and blend. And I'm just pressing. So when I'm done with here, I'm going to go here. And once again, looking up, I'm going to blend. Blend, blend, blend. Oh, hi Rianari. How are you? Where are you watching from? Welcome to my life. And where are you watching from? So this is done. Now I can do this part. All right. I'm going to make sure that this is well blended. And I like to extend it to my upper eyelid. My eyelid. Hmm. Thank you. Now I'm going to do here. All right. So now this is where I get my setting powder ready. Make sure that you blend it so that you don't have any creases, because if you do, you're going to age your face. So you want to make sure that this is well blended. I'm going to take a brush, pick my setting powder. You want to tap off the excess and then begin to set. Once again, make sure that there is no creasing coming from your concealer, and then we're going to set. Okay, doing the same for here, or setting. Always tap off the excess. Okay, so now I'm going to come and fix this part. So the rule is simple. Everywhere that you touch cream on your face, you have to set with powder. So whether you're doing like a contour or a highlight, you have to set it with powder. So remember, always set with a powder. Okay, and this is what it looks like so far. So this is done. Next, I'm going to be using my blush, and this blush is from Ioni. I've been using it for a while now. I love it. This was like $1.50, so it was a good buy. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing just the blush. So I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend this in. Guys, I think I have just 5 minutes left for this makeup. So my 15-minute makeup is interesting. It's actually working. I've already done so much for like 10 minutes. So I'm placing this here, and I'm gonna blend, blend, blend. So sometimes you'll notice that like you put a little bit on one side, make sure that you fix it so that it looks even. So I'm going to keep on blending until I have a very good outcome. I'm going to make sure that they look as close as possible. Guys, my time is almost up. All right. So now I'm going to use a powder to do my contour, and then I will set the face, and then I can work on my eyes. So I'm keeping it quick because we don't have time. Oh boy. Now is not the time to look for my brush. This happens all the time, and I'm looking for my brush. Hi, Cherie. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? So I'm just setting my contour. So guys, if you're enjoying my video, do give my video a thumbs up, share, like, comment, turn on your notification bells, and keep on watching. How are you, Cherie? How is your channel doing? So I'm using the powder to do the contour because realistically, if I'm in a hurry, I will actually use powder to do my contour. All right, now we're gonna switch to set the rest of the face. And to do this, I'm picking a powder from my powder palette. Okay, so now that this is set, guys, I think I have only 2 minutes. Oh my god, I have to set my blush. Ugh. Well, if I'm being realistic, sometimes I have like just 10 minutes to do my makeup, so this isn't far-fetched. Some days are better than others. But yeah, this is this. Now let's get into the eye work. Now for the eye work is simple. I'm gonna put some concealer. Because I don't have much time, I'm not going to be doing any eyebrows. I'm just gonna make sure my brows are pretty brushed in place, so we're gonna work with that. So I'm taking a brush to blend this. So I've said it before, you put concealer on your lid to to act as like a primer, eyeshadow primer. It helps bring out the colors of your eyeshadow palette. But if you have an eyeshadow primer, then that is perfect. You can use your shadow primer. All right. So this is, we're going to set this just a little bit using that brush. And the best part is that for the eyeshadow, you can freestyle if you want. You can do one color, you can do two colors. It really just depends on you. So I'm going to do my eyeshadow in reverse today. I'm going to do the shimmers and then I'm going to add a little bit of life later on. So I'm picking this shade from this palette. And this I'm just going to place all over that lid. As you can see, it gives a very subtle glow. And I'm doing the same here. And I'm just spreading that all over. I like that it gives it like a very glossy look. I love that. That is perfect. Now to give this a little more depth, I'm gonna grab um a brush and I'm going to use my powder palette. I'm going to pick a shade here and I'm going to add some more depth into this makeup look. So I just want to keep that here, just here and into the crease. Oh, hi Mike, how are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is just to give this part a softness. Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. All right. Do you see the difference, guys? I just kept it in here. So, guys, I don't have time anymore. I have like just 1 minute. We're gonna finish this off, and then we're gonna finish off with the mascara. Maybe they do, and it's all thanks to Jenna. So I'm going to be using the Colossal. That's a mascara, and I'm using this to really make my lashes stand out. It's the mascara. All right. I'm going to be running this on the bottom lash. Okay, we're almost there, guys. I'm one minute behind, so I'm just going to do a little bit of lining. I'm going to keep this lining very subtle, just in here, a very thin liner. This is a pencil, a makeup pen. It's like 4 in 1. It has different pens. So I'm just going to blend it a little bit. And well, sometimes, but like right now, I have only lip gloss. This is like my natural lip color. But then we're going to add a little bit of pink lip gloss. This is lip gloss. Lip gloss, lip gloss. Just to add a little bit of shine. It didn't take away from like the natural look or the natural lip shade that I have. I just enhanced it a little bit. So this will be my 15 minutes makeup. Guys, I did it. Can you have some of what? The lip gloss? Yes, you can have some lip gloss. I did it. I didn't believe that I could do it, and it actually looks nice. So I'm just going to spray so that everything can, like the powders can break down and everything can just marry each other. So this spray is from Mario Badescu. So I just want to pull this down. That's a setting spray. It's called a setting spray. It helps to set your makeup. This is what helps makeup to stay last long rather. Oh, good for you, Rich. Or Richie. Richie, yeah. Hmm, I was avoiding that. Guys, please. So once this is dry, I can go ahead and reapply powder and everything just stays matte. Or if you want it glowy and dewy, you can let it do so. Okay. So because I know that my face has a tendency of being oily, I'm going to go back into my pressed powder. Oh yeah, I have a fan. I do have a fan. All right. So if I want, I can retouch my blush or go back into my powder palette or leave the makeup as is. But now that is makeup. This is a makeup powders palette. It has like different shades of powders, like from dark shades, And because I'm a makeup artist, it kind of works because I have like to work with different skin tones. So guys, so as I was saying, you have the glowy side or the matte side. So it depends on what you want. But right now I'm going for like a matte look because I know that at the end of the day this is going to become dewy. And how do you know that I don't have a man? How do you know that I don't have a man? All right. And this is the final piece. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, interesting. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. So, this is the final look. I'm actually loving this. I feel like I can actually wear this for a while. Like, I feel like this is going to be a thing that I'll be doing from now on. Like, this 15 minutes, it looks perfect. It looks good. So, let's go into today's topic for the makeup class. So if you're a makeup enthusiast, if you love, or if you know someone who loves makeup, you want to be sending them this um, makeup link or this video link so that they can come in and watch this. So guys, over the Christmas, I was raving about this brush set. It was a gift from the Secret Santa that I did with my friends. So this is the Murphy brush set. Guys, yeah, my microphone is just all over the place, but this is my Morphe brush set. It comes with like a set of 20 brushes. So I'm going to be showing you which brush is for what. So the first brush that I'll be showing you is the big powder brush. So this brush is very big and fluffy because it is a powder brush. So powder brushes are actually made to be fluffy so that they can pack a lot of powder for like pressed powders, I don't know that you necessarily can use this to do your setting powder, but a lot of makeup artists use this for like pressed powder. So use the powder, the big powder brush for pressed powder for all, like you use this to set the rest of your face, the whole of your face, which is why I think they make the brushes big. I have another one that I've been using. This one is also big, but this one is bigger. So powder brushes are usually bigger because you're supposed to work around your face. Now, on the other hand, you have brushes like this. This one you can use for more focused areas, like when you're setting your under highlights. I have a similar one. This one is from The Real Techniques. This one I got from Walmart. This one I use to set here and is perfect for setting like your under eyes and working in like this tight corners because of the way the brush is designed. This one is designed like round so it can really fit in here, whereas brushes like this can't necessarily go there, right? So these you can use to also blend your concealer. You can use to set your concealer for your under eyes, for your forehead, for your chin, just wherever you put your highlight, your concealer to highlight those areas. You can use these brushes to blend them. Okay, so these brushes don't necessarily have names. Some brands have names for their brushes. They label all of them. So this one, a lot of artists use brushes like this. This is like a rounded brush, but it's like a flat rounded brush at the tip. So you use this to like apply, do your prep. So things like moisturizers, things like primers, you can use this brush to achieve that. And I'm just gonna show you so that you see what it looks like. This is like a rounded top flat brush because if you see from both sides, it has like a flat nature to it. This is perfect for those reasons. Then we have this. I find that a lot of makeup brushes, like the sets, include brushes like this. I don't, honestly speaking, I don't like that these brushes are often dual because it's really like hard to to keep up with, but it's supposed to be like a concealer blending brush. Now, if you go ahead and do your brows and you draw them with like a pencil. Hi, Marzuk, how are you? You can use this part to like highlight it with your concealer to clean it up. You can also use this angled brush to actually do your liner. So for people who use like gel eyeliner, this is perfect for you. You can just use this, and because of the winged nature of the brush, it helps you to glide that gel perfectly. And this is a spoolie brush. This is for your brows, help you to brush them in place. This is specifically created for your brows. I don't know that you can use this any other place. You have a mascara, which is why you don't necessarily have to use this as your mascara wand. This is for your brows. But if you feel like, oh, I like the bristles of this brush, go ahead, fine, go ahead, use it to do your lashes. All right, this brush is a liner brush. Now, once again, for those who do like gel liner, you can use this. This is much easier for gel liner. I mean, you can use the angled brush because the angled brush can come in handy for some looks, especially those who do very artistic kind of looks or makeup looks. That is perfect for you. But the angled brush helps perfectly with details, like especially if you're doing like your winged liner, if you're doing the trendy eagle eyes, things like that, they can really work in tight corners. This one also works for people who are like who have hooded eyes and need to have like very thin liner. By the way, if you have hooded eyes, you don't want to go ahead and be applying lots of liner. It will make your eye, it will kind of swallow your eyes, or your eyes, depending on how hooded your eyes are, they will swallow the liner. So using a thin brush helps you to get that really thin line, and you can do that using the liner brush. All right. So like I said, depending on the brush brand, some of them have the functions written on the body. Like if it's a powder brush, you'll see powder brush. If it's a concealer brush, you'll see concealer brush. It really just depends. Now this one is, as you can see, is a rounded brush. This one, you can use this for your eyeshadow. So in many boxes or brush cases, they have lots of eyeshadow brushes, because your eyeshadow, depending on the style of eyeshadow, you need different kinds of brushes. This is called your wow, can't believe I forgot this. Oh my god. Guys, I'm sorry. When that comes back, I'll let you know. But you have to use like a brush that is like thin like this to go in that area. Just because if you use a brush that is too big, depending on the nature of the curve here, you might not be able to get it. Or if you have like monolid what do you call it, eyes, like your eyes is just, your eyes are flat, you need a flatter brush to get into certain areas of your eyes, and different brushes have their use. So this one is perfect for working in corners like this, because it targets here and it gives you the illusion that you want it to give you, or that you're working towards. So this is an eyeshadow brush. Okay, the next brush. So I'm just going to show you a couple of different eyeshadow brushes, and just to tell you that it really depends on you. So this one, this brush, I like brushes like this because they are perfect. You can actually use this for your highlights, and because it's very small and it's fluffy too, it can stay in this corner, which is where your highlight tends to be. As you can see, I have no highlighter on, but the light is hitting this part of my face, which gives the highlight illusion. So using a brush like this helps you to focus on this area without going all over your cheeks. So this is your highlight brush. This again is another eyeshadow brush. All right, I remember the name, guys. This is your guys. I remember. Oh my god, that was so embarrassing, but whatever. So this is actually your crease area. This is your crease. So using brushes like this actually help you to focus in that crease area. So this one too can work. This can also work here, just on the eyelid as well. So this has multiple functions. It's basically an eyeshadow brush. An eyeshadow brush. This one is a flat eyeshadow brush. Remember, I was saying that if you have like monolid eyes, like your eyes are very flat and you don't really have any curves, you can use flat brushes. They help you to just target certain areas of your eyes and just works. So flat brushes are also good for picking up glitter. They are also good for picking up pigments. So if you're working with like pigments in your eyeshadow, using a flat brush really helps you pick up that pigment, whereas a fluffy brush will just put the pigments all over the place. Trust me, guys, I've been there. If you're trying to get your pigment, maybe like in this corner of your eyes, and you use a fluffy brush, chances are, depending on how big your fluffy brush is, you may end up getting it here. So using a flat brush tends to work better, at least in my opinion. Now this is actually a lip brush. Now I know lip brushes because of the way is shaped. So they're usually curved because they can help you with lining your lips. Now if you're someone who struggles to use pencil to line their lips, or you have creams that you use to line your lip, you have a cream lipstick or lip stain and you prefer to use that to line your lip, these brushes help because it's rounded, so it can focus on the curves of your lips, be it from the edge here or you're getting your cupid's bow. Using this rounded brush works perfectly. Okay, so like I said, depending on the palette, hi Abdel, welcome to my live. Depending on the palette, you're going to have tons of eyeshadow brushes, so you have options. These are some more eyeshadow brushes. This one can also serve as your highlights brush, depending, or it could also serve as using to blend under your eyes. If you have like, hi Heather Davis, how are you? Welcome to my live. If you have like very tight corners in under your eyes, or if you're someone who has like some folds under your eyes, using brushes like this help you to blend it so much better. It's, I mean, you can use like a beauty blender, but depending on the nature of your face and what you're working with, you may have a hard time. If you have like skin that is sunken, it might not be as easy to use like um the beauty blender. But when you have like a brush that is like this, is flat, but the best thing about it is that it has some fluff to it and is also curved. I like brushes that have curves because they can work in tight corners. So this can work perfectly and it just blends it out for you, and then you set with your powder. So this works for this blending under your eye, under eye highlighter. This is another eyeshadow brush. This is perfect for blending out your crease. So the sometimes when I want to focus like brown in my crease line, I use a fluffy brush to blend it out. This can also work for your nose contour. It can help to focus on your nose contour. So you can decide to use like a powder contour for your nose, or you can decide to use like a cream contour. Regardless of what you choose, this brush can help you achieve it. So fluffy brush works for your powder contour. This is another eyeshadow brush. Like I said, this is small. This, I find brushes like this help you to focus in corners like this because they are very small and they have that curve that I told you about. They can really fit into corners like this. When you place the shimmer or whatever eyeshadow that you want in here, it just stays put and it doesn't necessarily fall or extend anywhere. It stays in that corner because, as you can see, there is like some depth in there. So this helps you to achieve that. Once again, this is another fluffy brush, eyeshadow brush. We have so many eyeshadow brushes in this palette. I think this is a brush set of 20. So I like to say that like at least 8 of them can be used for eyeshadows. So you have a variety for your eyeshadow. I have this one as well. This can also be used for eyeshadows. Thank you, Heather. This you can also use for eyeshadow. So we have a couple of big brushes. I'm just going to show you what they are for. So this one can also pick loose highlighter. You can also use this, like I said, to work on your highlighter. This brush, on the other hand, now this one, oh yeah, it's January 8th. It's not yet January 8th here. It's still the 7th for me. So not yet. This one you can actually use to apply blush depending on your preference. You can use a fluffy brush for your blush. However, to be honest, the problem with using a fluffy brush like this is that it could get it just where you don't want it to be. So using a smaller brush can focus the blush where you want it to stay. So you can use something like this, or you can use a bigger blush brush like this. What to do? What does that do? It's a brush, like it's brushes for your makeup. So this one, I like to use this angled brush. Personally, I love to use it for contour. So when I'm doing my contour, whether I do a cream or like powder contour, this can actually work. And I like it because it tends to focus on the angle that you want it. And this actually really helps you, especially if you're like struggling with applying your contour. Using an angled brush can just help you so that you know that, because usually your contour comes from here. As you can see, there's like a natural contour line. Usually starts from your ears and comes all the way under this bone here. There's a bone here in the structure of your face. So this helps you to just map it out. So having an angle brush just focuses right there. Okay. This you can also use for your highlight to blend in here. You can also use this. So another thing is when you baking your face, for those who love to bake, brushes like this can also help you to take out excess powder. You can, because it's small and it's fluffy as well, you can use this to either take out the excess powder or pat it into your skin. All depends on how you use it. And finally, I have another rounded brush. So you can use rounded brushes like this for two things. You can decide to use it for your eyeshadow to work in a very tight crease line, if that is what you're aiming for, or you can use this to blend your lipstick. Now, for those who use like cream palettes to do their lipstick, this is perfect for you because you can blend the, like if you're doing like an ombre lip shade, you can blend it together using a brush that is small and fluffy like this, and it just stays in that corner. If you've seen like professional artists, you see how their makeup turns out. The difference is in knowing how to use which brush for what, honestly. It is not magic. Sometimes you have like high-end products where you just don't know the technique to use. So if you've had a brush and you're not sure of what to do, I recommend watching this video. Share this to someone who is starting out their makeup journey, and this could help them as well so that they can know what works for what. So, thank you so much, guys. That will be all for our brush. Do let me know in the comments what questions regarding the brushes. If you're confused about anything, just let me know in the comments and I will answer you guys. So, guys, do you have any questions regarding our brushes? Do we know how each brush works? Do we know how our brushes work? So if there are like things that or looks that you would like to have me do, guys, please let me know in the comments. I have my Instagram and I will be linking it in the description of this video. So Do check it out. If you have any look that you would like me to try, send it out to me on Instagram and I will try it again on my live, or I will do a video specifically for that look. So, guys, how are we today? What are we up to? Oh, thank you so much, Heather. Thank you. What are we up to today, guys? What is today like? For those who are already on January or in January the 8th, what is your day looking like? Guys, like I mentioned, school has started. Guys, I am not ready. But let's go. Let's go. Let's go to school. We gotta go to school. I gotta go to school. I know that feeling when you come back from work and you're just happy to be in your own space. I know the feeling all too well. So, no, I am taking in-person courses and I am working as well. So it's busy. Gets very busy. Gets very, very busy, guys. Hi, Mara. How are you? Welcome to my life. Welcome back. All right, guys, I'm here to chat for a bit before I go. So, guys, ask me questions. Ask me questions. Guys, please focus. Makeup related questions. Ask me questions. Ask me questions. I am good. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you guys today? Oh, yes, I do. I live in Canada, Northern Ontario. I am in Northern Ontario. I live in Canada. When I wake up in the morning, mhm, the sunlight hits my eyes. Da, 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 then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Ah, interesting. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of people from Canada. I didn't even know. There are a lot of famous celebrities from Canada that I didn't know about. That's interesting. Just one look at you, mhm, and I know it's gonna be ba-ba-da, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Really? He's from Ontario? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. To be honest, I really don't know much about celebrities. So I wouldn't even know if he was. But that's interesting though. Just want to look at you. So for those who are seeing me for the first time, oh, oh, I see. Just one look at you. Oh, you're 29. Wonderful. I'm 27. Dun, 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 dun. So, anyways, for those who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Jenna. I am a makeup artist. I am many things actually. Makeup artist, a nail tech, a baker, a dancer. What else? A Jesus baby. And many things. But yeah, on this particular live, I do makeup on my live. On YouTube, I do makeup. So, you're welcome to my class. If you know anyone who loves makeup, if you know anyone who is in Canada and and wants to learn, oh, please send them my way. I'm more than happy to teach, of course, for a fee. But then, welcome to my YouTube family. I hope we get to be friends. All right, guys. Since I have no questions, once again on the weekends I do makeup and trivia. So I know people love the trivia. It's almost like if I'm forgetting that this is a makeup channel. So I know guys always love to be here on trivia nights. So guys, try to be here on trivia nights. No trivia today. Trivia is for the weekends. During the week, I do makeup, solely makeup, and then on the weekends we have all the trivia. So we have trivia on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 days of trivia. So Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays we do trivia. Of course, we do my life is every day by 10 p.m. EST or 10 p.m. Toronto Canadian time. Guys, I actually take requests for the trivia. If you have like any particular trivia that you would like to see, do request it in the comments and I will add it to the list of trivia questions or trivia topics to bring out. Last week's trivia was awesome. You don't want to miss this week's trivia. So, guys, let's get ready to have fun. Guys, please, I want to appeal to you guys. Please share my videos so that other people can join this community. Trust me, we have lots of fun and we learn from each other. So do let them know, let them join my trivia. You love the last week's trivia was chaotic and it was fun. I totally like that was one of my best trivias. It was just so fun. So do join us for trivia on the weekends and within the week makeup on the week. I deal with different topics from like products that I use to like techniques that I use to get a better makeup look. So I would see you guys again tomorrow. So bring a friend, okay? Don't just come alone. Bring a friend and let them join and let them have fun as well. So see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining my live. Shout out to you, Gaspix. Thank you for always joining my live. Shout out to you, Heather. Thank you for being here and thank you for engaging with me in the comment. Thank you, Mara Michael. Thank you, Cherie. Thank you, Sir Mike. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for always showing up. Thank you, Abdel. Thank you, Marzuk. Thank you, Hot Cheetos. Thank you, Richie. And who else am I forgetting? One Rake. Thank you. Even though I don't know what you wrote, but thank you for being here. Thank you, Rianari. Thank you guys so much. I do love that you guys always join me here. And once again, my name is Jenna, and I will see you again tomorrow. Do have a wonderful night if it's nighttime, and do have a wonderful day if your day just began. Mwah. I'll see you guys again.